they will just kind of slowly bleed it down over time. But we have to basically just hope we don't get, you know, fire breathed on us. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is In the Game Kaya, and welcome to ITGK Survives ARK Day by Day, where today we will be finishing Scorched Earth. So I need to go grab wyverns, get them lined up, get them healed. I need to bring them and get some more experience grinded up on them if I can, because I don't think we have enough levels to beat the Alpha Manticore. And yeah, I think this is the end of actually the end of day 19 still. So I'm gonna go over and get some wyverns and get my stuff and get things started to sort out, and we will just start slowly working on it. But yeah, today is the final day. We are doing the Alpha Manticore today, we hope. Okay, so I've got them all healed up. I've got the extra levels in them. I've got the other two that I needed to replace. One of them is already down, and I'm waiting for my cryopod timer to go off. So while we do that, I thought we would just kind of take a step back and look at what we did over the course of 20 days. Hopefully this is the last day. I'm hoping that the Manticore boss fight goes well. We will see, won't we? So let's go this way. I'm gonna go find the original base, which I believe is still standing. Somewhere over here, I think. Just follow this riverbed. Okay, so this should be where I get the silica pearls, or where I did get them, at least at first. Right here. And that would mean that the first base is... Yep, there it is, right there. So we started up on that hill, I think, and came down towards the riverbed. And this was our first base 20 days ago. There's still some stuff in here, even. But I basically cleaned the whole thing out, so... This is, how I lived for a few days until I was ready to make a real base. And I remember getting metal was a pain, so in order to get metal I built this thing. Talk about creative solutions to interesting problems. That's a creative solution. Spiral staircase up there, spiral staircase up there, spiral staircase up there, and then there was metal up here. And that was my answer to the problem. That was an interesting night building that spiral staircase. I've never built one of these before, but I mean, hey, it worked. And we had to march everything over to our new base. Lymantria taming took a while. I had to tame 2 or 3 of them, I think. I got my first Lymantria right around here-ish. I think it was right here. And there was a terror bird that I want to say I claimed a baby. That I killed the mother, and there was a baby left behind, so I was able to claim the baby. And that thing ended up actually being extremely helpful. It's like Scorched Earth is so problematic with the things that will spawn and try and chase you. So, you know, having something to protect you is kind of important. Now, we did eventually... We still have a Lymantria left, and it's not cryoed. It's like one of the few things that isn't cryoed. It's over here. It should still be in the box, because I don't think it ever died. I came over here, and in an effort to get an egg, I had this whole plan mapped out on how I was going to get wyverns out of the trench. Honestly, knowing what I know now, it wasn't even really that necessary, because if I had lured them out of the trench, once they killed me, they would have flown to 50-50 and just despawned. But yeah, so up here, on the right, on that little ridge, there should be a box with a bed in it. That was supposed to be my respawn box with an extra Lymantria so that I could go and get the egg after I got the stuff out of the trench. So here's our box. Yep, silver lining. That's my original Lymantria. Still here after all this time. I stuck it in the box so it wouldn't die. I came over here, and there were a couple of wyverns right there and an egg right there. And so I flew in, I got the egg, and I got out. And that egg actually ended up becoming Ghidorah, the lightning wyvern that I used for pretty much my entire Scorched Earth playthrough. Look at the levels I pumped into this thing. And then, of course, knowing that we had to grind wyvern talons, I set this thing up. In terms of a rake that you can kite wyverns to, this is far from ideal, but it worked for what, you know, for what it's worth. I got all of my talons from it. And then, of course, we need to go back home one last time for Outlaw Gulch. I hate to make it seem like we didn't do anything for, you know, 15 days or whatever. But if I'm being honest, it was a lot of grinding and working on like building caves and getting talons and stuff. And it wasn't a whole bunch of like varied things. Because once we had a Thyla, harvesting tames, and a wyvern, and the base was built, like there was not really anything else to do. Oh, the bee. I remember the bee. In the canyon, having to go bee hunting. Yeah, that was a couple of days. This, I never finished the fence. I never did finish that fence. I worked on it like the one time, maybe two times. I got it this far and I never finished it. And stuff just kept spawning here. It was always a problem. I lost I don't know how many tames to random scorpions, wolves, terror birds just spawning in and causing havoc. My thorny dragon's dead. My Dodic and Anki are both dead, I'm pretty sure. Or no, my Dodic is right there, but my Anki is dead. I think I lost birds. I know I accidentally shot Dagger, my original Argentavis, trying to protect my base. Looking back, knowing what I know now about the tames between lightning and fire, if you can't inflame your targets, like you can't inflame the Manticore, the lightning is actually better. So if I fight the Manticore again, I probably will like go exclusively for lightning. It'll be easier because I had to really, you know, I think it's 3 eggs each I had to hatch for the wyvern army. Building this farm took a while. Honestly, it was just because of the resources involved, the cementing paste, the crystal. But yeah, we got the whole farm built up, and then I don't think I used any of it. I just kind of assumed that we would need kibble, or that I would need to craft this, that, or the other thing. It's always helpful to have a farm, but like, the content on Scorched Earth is simple enough. I didn't really need any of that stuff. It does look nice, though. And I like this little covered archway thing that I did. I mean, yeah, that's identical in size and shape to that, so lack of creativity is one thing, but, I mean, hey. This floorboard that we kept knocking out because of the wyverns we were killing for levels and stuff. Skip, you can come with me. I don't care. There we go. Hide Pat. This is where we start every single day. Our original smithy, our original fabricator. Cooking pot we basically never used. Saddles and weapons case. Preserving bin full of OP. This blasted note just kept taunting me with how far away we were on Talons. I should fill up on prime meat while I'm here. And then this box, the industrial building. This thing takes up pretty much all of it. If I was going to stay here on Scorched Earth, this building would be considerably bigger because I would want a tech rep. I don't want it exposed. We basically used all of our metal from that last trip that we did. Chem bench made us a ton of gunpowder. And this is the box we tamed those thylas in, I'm pretty sure. At least one of them. And coming over this way, red obelisk is the obelisk that I used for pretty much all of my playthrough. We'll actually fly over the original wyvern trap where I trapped and tamed my original Argents. There it is. That was only a couple of days in. So all in all, Scorched Earth was an interesting experience, a much shorter experience than the island, that's for sure. But I'd do it again. It was fun. It just kind of feels like it's lacking some of the exploration and endgame stuff. Because there's only 3 caves. Once you get a wyvern, you're pretty much set for the whole... Like, you're set for the boss, you're set for travel, you're set for combat. So... kind of, I wish it had more. I'll play Scorched Earth Reborn someday. And, hopefully it will have some good content. Now these are our wyverns that we came up with. These 3 have the best stats of our 3 wyvern lines. Our fire, our poison, and our lightning. Our lightning ended up pretty decent. It was kind of low on the health. And with the Manticore, the one thing I've been having trouble with is the health. Oh, are my shells here? Before I forget. Yes. I want these. Okay. Just in case. Alright, so the health was kind of low, and given that I'm worried that I don't have high enough health on my boss army, that's probably especially concerning with the lightning wyverns. Although if they do more damage, it might not matter. Poison... Like, we had an insane poison wyvern line. The problem is it's a poison wyvern. The poison wyverns are just garbage. The projectiles are way too slow. They have a tendency to hurt yourself. Like, maybe for PvP, maybe there's some use there. I'm not experienced enough in PvP to know. And then our fire wyverns. These are our boss wyverns. 34, 34, 30. A little low on the melee damage, especially if you can't inflame your target, but for what it's worth. It works. These are our boss wyverns. We're all loaded up and ready to go. So I'm going to come over here. It sounds like the weather is about to weather, but it's not going to matter. Here we go. I have my shotgun with some shells in it. If my wyverns die, then I can shoot the manticore, or I can chew on it with my T-Rex. Let's get a photo of this guy real quick. Let's go, guys. All right. So, they will just kind of slowly bleed it down over time. We have to basically just hope we don't get, you know, fire breathed on us. And we're just going to kind of sit here and watch for a little bit. And deathworms will be coming pretty soon here, so we're going to have to... Those we will have to actually fight, and once the deathworms go away, then golems will spawn. Here come the deathworms. We got a couple of wyverns stuck. This isn't going very well. Okay, where are the deathworms? There they are. I'm surprised the deathworms aren't coming up here. I think it's funny how the music cuts out. Like, the boss fight is going on, and it's just, like, so far away that there's no music. I did notice that there's ruins over there, which is an interesting little detail. Sometimes there's cool stuff in these boss arenas. Where are the deathworms? I saw the smoke on the ground. Yeah, like, this is the kind of thing where you think, oh, I can just shoot it. You can't really shoot it. Like, that massive wyverns around it, you're going to end up hitting your own wyverns and doing more damage to your own boss army than anything else. You kind of have to wait until they're dead or mostly dead, and then you can start shooting it. About a third done, maybe? Gamma was alright, but we pretty much barely cleared the beta, so I'm hoping the extra levels I pumped in help. Oh, you know, the two new wyverns, I don't know that I set them to enable special attacks. They might be just going for bites. That could be an issue too. The big thing is how much more health does the alpha wyvern have, or the alpha manticore have? Because we're approaching about half done now. How much health does the alpha manticore have? Because if it's not that much more than the beta, then I think we're okay. But if it's considerably more than the beta, I'm scared. So we did not... this is not optimal. I learned that kind of the hard way, but I've never done this before, you know, we learn... Do it a second time, I would definitely do it a little bit different, but I know what I'm looking for now. These are the growing pains of an ARK player. Especially one who, despite having, like, so many thousand hours in ARK, has only just now started completing maps. I was looking back through the series history, and I'm pretty sure this series has taken like 6 months. Granted, I took a couple of breaks because I was working on the other series, my multiplayer series, and so I would take breaks just to post episodes of the other series for a little while. And there's also a couple of times that I had to just like stop making content for one reason or another for a week or two. This is kind of anticlimactic. Like if we just roll over the alpha manticore, is going to be a whole lot of nothing. I'm waiting for the tension to start ramping up, but it's just kind of a slow burn. I think we're doing all right. Was spyglass? It's looking a little sore. We're still doing okay. We're about on pace with the Manticore itself. So we're definitely going to lose some wyverns. I would bring some ground tames, but with the wyverns, they pretty much just knock it off the ground right away, I believe. Like, I haven't seen this thing land. Maybe it's tried to. I know it can, but... Alright, guys, the golems should be appearing any moment now. We're about a third left. I wish you could inflame the boss, but I'll be honest, that would probably make it too easy. Alright, don't breathe fire on me. I might need to survive longer than you guys. I think it's funny, every time you get done with a Manticore boss fight, I go back to the obelisk. There's always unconscious wyverns because the Manticore's poison tail inflicts torpor. So they'll like slowly torpor out like a spider bite. They'll show up at the ob and they'll be asleep. Okay, here come the golems. All right, we are getting close to done on the Manticore. Come on, guys. Just keep an eye on the boss over there. We're doing real good. We haven't lost any wyverns yet, but they all kind of are getting low. I know that much for sure. I'm hoping those death worms aren't still down there, because I'm kind of worried they are. I'll get around this thing. I'm pretty sure we've got this. Now they're starting to fall, but it's almost dead. Here goes another one. Come on, guys. We've got to have this, right? Okay. We did it. Scorched Earth is done. Ladies and gentlemen, that's 2 maps down. So, as we get so close to 500 subscribers, in fact, right around, given the pace we're at, right around the time we're starting our next series, we'll be hitting it. Very much looking forward to it. I have a couple of ideas for things that I want to do to celebrate, but that's for later. Thank you guys for watching this series. If you got something to say, leave a comment. If you liked it, leave a like. Hype the video if you get a chance. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified when future episodes of this and my other series come up. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next episode on the next map.
You continue to impress, Survivor. As you have grown in strength, I have been searching Helena's memories, finding what I have forgotten all these long years. Her friends, and the journeys they had. Was it all for nothing? No. It had to be done, so that one day you could exist. Together, you and I, we can put this right. You must travel onwards, Survivor, for your greatest trials are still to come.